Welcome everybody to 1918. We are playing Axis and Allies World War I 1914, but the year is now 1918, or thereabouts. Axis and Allies isn't really picky about that sort of thing. Anyway, we've been playing through the Great War, World War I, Axis and Allies 1914, whatever you want to call it. It's the war to end all wars, and we have every country represented. They are heavily into this fight. The Americans have joined the cause and are trying to hold back the Germans, along with the British and the French. The Italians are trying to hold back the Austrians, and the Ottoman Empire is pushing their way down through Africa and the Middle East. Who will come out victorious? Whoever gets two capitals, that's who. And so far, the Central Powers have taken out Russia, so they only need one more. Let's see how it goes. We begin with the Austrians, who are buying a lot of air power so they can send it quickly to the front. Speaking of the front, their infantry and artillery is outnumbered by the Italian infantry and the French armor on the side, but they do have some air power with them. The Italians and French completely whiff, while the combined arms of infantry, artillery, and air power are able to wipe out the Italians and the French. There is now nothing keeping them from Rome, and combined with the infantry that was moving up through Venice, it looks like the Austrians might have the forces to do it. But to make sure, they do put more air power into Vienna. The Germans get a lot of air power themselves, along with some infantry and artillery. And they don't make a move. Instead, they simply reinforce their line, threatening Europe, keeping the French, British, and American forces where they are, so they don't go help Italy. They place their units onto France, and they get some artillery, some air power, and a couple cruisers. They pick up their remaining forces in India and bring them down to Africa, so they can have a combined force to defend against the Ottomans and to hold the continent. The British buy a lot of air power. They want to control the skies. They continue to hold northern France and place their air power to bring that on over. When either side decides to make their move, it is going to be one heck of a bloody battle. In Africa, however, the Ottomans do make their move, killing off the French, as well as some Ottoman infantry, and they dig in for a prolonged battle. The Ottomans bring down some reinforcements, and their navy goes in for the big battle for the Mediterranean. And it is a decided victory for the Ottomans. All of the British and French ships have been destroyed, as well as the Italian ones that were hiding further up the coast. The Ottomans, too, have lost everything except one battleship. It's the only thing remaining off of the Italian coast. In fact, I think it's the only combat ship left in the Mediterranean. But it's all that's left floating, and the Ottomans have conquered the Mediterranean. To celebrate their victory, they build some more transports, and they place them in Constantinople. The Italians have one chance left to defend Rome. They muster whatever troops they can and place them in Rome to defend. The Americans build up their navy because they need to bring their forces across the ocean, and they continue to reinforce Northern Europe. The reason they are continuing to defend rather than attack is because even though there is a large combined force of British and Americans, there is no rule in this game, at least that we knew of, where all the forces could combine into one and attack as one large force. So you would have the Americans attacking first, and then you'd have the British, and it was believed at the time of the game that they would be chopped up piecemeal by the Germans. So they are waiting for the French to make their attack, which will come next turn. For now, it's the end of the first half of 1918. It's now time for the latter half. The French have their plan ready to go after Berlin, and are ready to do it, but first are the Austrians, who once again get more air power. They are really going to be the best competition for Britain if this game doesn't end soon. However, it could if the Austrians take Rome. They begin their march from Tuscany, and as you can see up in northern Italy, the French have sent more reinforcements to go after Venice. So the Austrians are going in all or nothing here. Either they're going to take Rome and end the game in a Central Powers victory, or they're going to lose it, and the French are going to have a great shot at both Vienna and Berlin. Let's see how the battle goes. And they take it! The Austrians have defeated all of the forces in Rome. They took a lot of casualties, had only one of each type of unit left, but that's all they needed. With the Italian forces defeated, and with their capital taken, the Austrians have won Italy. That means the Central Powers have taken two capitals and won this game. The Great War goes to the Central Powers. Yes, history has been changed here. That's the risk you take when you play an alternate history game. Well, we hope you've enjoyed the last few videos. We really enjoyed this game. In fact, to be honest, we really hadn't considered World War I much for strategy games. But I have to admit, I actually rather enjoyed it a bit more even than a lot of the World War II games. I highly recommend you all try it. You'll see links for purchasing this game and other goodies in the description below. Also, be sure to subscribe to see other videos that are coming up, and check out many of our other past videos. Thank you all for watching, and happy gaming, everybody! What did you think of this game? Did you agree with the choices the players made? If you've played it, let us know your experiences and choices. You can purchase Axis and Allies through our Amazon affiliate store linked below in the description, where you'll also see more information about our website. And while you're at it, subscribe and thumb us, and consider supporting us on Patreon. Happy gaming, everybody!